talking with Attorney General Tim Fox, and I understand that Montana's joining an investigation with other states into what's happened with Volkswagen. So how are we getting involved?
That's right, Peter. We are joining a multi-state investigation that is directed by state attorneys general. Presently, there are 32 states, and the attorney general from Washington, D.C. are investigating allegations concerning Volkswagen's having equipped 11 million diesel vehicles with software that could be used to cheat on emissions tests. We understand at this preliminary point in time that Volkswagen has admitted their wrongdoing, and that it's very significant, obviously. There are as many as 500,000 diesel engine vehicles in the United States that have been installed with this software that defeats the emissions apparatus. And basically what it does, as I understand it, is it tricks the emissions testing apparatus from thinking that the emissions equipment is actually working when, in fact, when it's disconnected from the emissions test, it goes right back to spewing out up to 40 times the emissions that the test might show that weren't being spewed out. So this is significant in a lot of different reasons. First of all, Montanans, and I would suspect Americans all over the country, they make their purchasing decisions for these big-ticket items like vehicles based on a number of factors, not the least of which is how fuel-efficient they are and how environmentally friendly they are. And Montanans particularly, I think, are sensitive to those issues. And unfortunately, what Volkswagen has done has not only violated the trust of its consumers, but they violated federal law. When I first heard of this story, when it first broke, I immediately contacted the head of my Office of Consumer Protection here at Department of Justice, Ed Eck, and said, Ed, this is not just an emissions standard issue. This is a consumer protection issue. So we began investigating it quite some time ago, and then ultimately have joined these other states. One of the things that we're concerned about, Peter, is that Volkswagen is going to recall all of these vehicles, and I understand there's as many as 2.8 million in Germany, and the United Kingdom another 1.2 million, and France another million. They're going to retrofit all of them and make the emissions system work for a change, but that's going to have potentially an effect on the gas mileage for these vehicles. So what the consumers thought they were getting in terms of an environmentally friendly and fuel-efficient diesel engine vehicle, they're not going to get. So we're going to get to the bottom of it, and we're going to hold some folks accountable ultimately. But this first stage, of course, is to investigate what happened, who knew what, just in fact how many Montanans might be affected. And I would encourage your listeners, if they own a Volkswagen vehicle, you can actually go to our website and learn more about this, and they can find out whether their vehicle is affected. It also affects a few models of the Audi vehicles, and you can file a complaint there. They can file a complaint with the Montana Department of Justice's Office of Consumer Protection.
I understand that your folks had a dealership as well, so this is particularly meaningful for you.
It is. You know, I grew up in a small town in Hardin where small businesses really, their success was tied into making sure that the client, customer, or consumer were well taken care of, and that they trusted the people that they were doing business with. And I know that my father, for instance, worked in that way. He made things right when things didn't go right. He told the truth, and he sold them good products. And when something happened, he helped fix it. So this is a huge violation of trust. I just can't imagine the gall of some corporate officials to do something like this. And it's not just unfortunate; it's wrong.